Hey, this is Angie.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are
Happy Healthy Vegan.
There's been a topic on our mind recently, which is, it's like a painful topic actually. it's seeing friends and associates lapse from a vegan diet, in our case usually a raw vegan diet, back into some sort of like paleo or meat and dairy style diet, and we wanted to do an episode on it, but interestingly a brand new research paper just came out from the Humane Research Council.
Yes.
How many former vegan/vegetarians are out there in the US?
The article has some great statistics backing up what we've been saying here all along, that roughly 2% of people in the United States are vegan. Strangely enough, though, it's interesting to find out that about 12% of the population here are former vegans or vegetarians.
Wow. Wow. If only they had all remained. That would be amazing.
Be an amazing amount. Basically, 1 in 5 people who go vegan or vegetarian end up not being vegan and vegetarian. So what kinds of things did they do or not do that led them off the path?
It seemed like one of the major leading reasons for people failing in a vegan or vegetarian diet was that they pretty much went cold turkey, as it were, and tried to go vegan overnight.
Or a matter of days, or maybe a week or so, rather than a month or a year or so.
Oh, I forgot the percentage of people, but there was a percentage of people who end up failing within the first 3 months going that route. They'd done some research 10 years ago too that also seemed to suggest that people who kind of take it slowly and just concentrate on reducing their meat and dairy input, over time, are the ones that tend to stick with it.
We want to back up that stat of ramping up slowly, because that's how we did it. And look at us here, we're pretty solid vegan.
Yeah, pretty solid, totally solid.
Yeah, fully solid.
Yeah, well, it's interesting too, because the article really doesn't distinguish the difference between vegetarians and vegans. It just has them in one category together. And and that's how I started. Like I've mentioned before on the show that I became vegetarian in like 1985, and remained vegetarian, up to present day. But with the vegan thing, I really struggled with it, early on. But I tried and failed and tried and failed, and like now finally, here I am fully vegan. And that kind of leads into one of the other major reasons that people fail on a vegan and vegetarian diet: relationships.
Having a significant other who is not really on board with eating like that.
Yeah, we talked about this in the How to Find a Vegan Partner video, about how when Ryan and I got serious that he wasn't even vegetarian, though he had formerly been a vegetarian.
Yeah.
So which gave me hope that that he could be vegetarian/vegan again.
I wasn't a huge meat eater too. I mean, I'd have like what most people eat. People that have like chicken and turkey, but I wouldn't eat like
a turkitarian.
I wouldn't eat steaks or anything like that.
No, I never saw you eat any steak.
But yeah, it's a benefit to have both of us on board eating the same
it's a huge
way. Yeah, we don't pressure each other to change.
No. Well, I mean, he did pressure me back in the day to to eat fish again.
My bad.
I did give in at one point, and it's funny because when I first gave up meat, I had always kind of thought, ooh, fish is the hardest one. Like, fish is the one thing I could see myself returning to eating at some point, which I did do, and I feel bad about it.
Another reason they said that people fail is lack of friends. Connection.
Yeah, the people don't want to stand out in a crowd.
Yeah.
And I understand that too. It's difficult.
Not all of us want to be like a maverick, a lone figure of sorts.
Yeah.
I'm cool with being different. I've been different most of my life, so it's no big deal. But that's what I think is cool about having Fruit Lugs. That's why we had so much fun running our Fruit Lugs all summer, is bringing all these people together where we're all the same. We don't ask each other, hey, where do you get your protein? We're past that.
But we're not all the same though, because we have all kinds of people. There were people there that were merely vegan curious. There are people there that are just reducing their animal intake. There's people that were former vegans and people that were hardcore vegans.
Fully raw.
There was all different types, and we were really conscious of being embracing of anyone who wanted to show up, because with only 2% of the population here being vegan, anyone who's even remotely curious, we want to be as cool to them as possible.
Come join us.
Yeah. And I know some of you out there watching this right now are not vegan or former vegan or whatever, and I'm totally cool with that, because if you're listening to our message, then we're already making headway.
Yeah. I remember the article saying something about a big reason why people failed is they didn't have the how-to. They kind of had why. I'm vegan, and pick a reason for health or ethical reasons.
A lot of them is for health.
But most people didn't have the how-to, and I think that's what we're trying to share. I know that's what we're trying to share here with
100%.
you. How easy it is to be vegan. How easy it is to
delightful.
How easy it is to make and eat these foods. And going back to the beginning where we said our friends that kind of fell off the raw wagon and to now eating meat and stuff, I can see why they failed. I would have failed if I ate like them too. They're doing that typical thing where they're eating kale and olive oil, not getting enough calories or carbs, and ultimately crashing, not feeling good because they've been starving themselves for X amount of months or years. So yeah, the how-to is super, super important. So
you failed on a raw vegan diet too. That's why. That's why we're doing what we're doing now. I mean, you failed on it because you didn't have the energy that you needed just to do simple.
Oh, that's when I was doing
exercises.
That's when I was doing our friends version, the high-fat version of
The
a raw
David
vegan
Wolf
diet,
version.
and that's what led me to the 30 bananas a day, the 80-10-10 high-carb, high-calorie style of raw vegan, which I took to perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you couldn't even play basketball, and I couldn't even run on a treadmill just having those superfood smoothies.
That's the whole episode I made. I was basketball. I couldn't even shoot free throws and practice for 20 minutes, and I wanted to pass out.
And now look, you running 10 miles,
13
no
miles,
problem. Yeah, it's a world of difference. So yes, educating yourself on the proper way to eat a healthy vegan diet is paramount to your success. And if you succeed, then your friends and family will see you succeeding, and then they might grow curious and they might want to join you. But peer pressuring and nagging people to become vegan clearly isn't the way to do it. It's really about leading by example, which is why it's great that the YouTube community is growing and expanding. And the more that we can share tips with each other on how we maintain a healthy, active vegan lifestyle, the easier it is for people who aren't even vegan to be drawn in. If they see our personalities are interesting, our lifestyles are interesting, if our recipes look good and delicious and easy to make,
and we look fit and healthy and happy,
then they might check it out. So hopefully we will be able to help you here with more recipe tips and lifestyle tips.
That's what we do.
Yeah, stay subscribed if you aren't already. Like this video if you're into it. Leave your comments down below, especially if you've read the article and there were some points that we forgot to mention that you found salient.
Yeah, and any failing on a vegan diet experiences, let us know.
I guess that's it.
So until next time, to succeed on a vegan diet,
keep it carb, baby. Keep it carb. Oh man, I really wanted to rub my nose. Wow, you look crazy.
Okay, everything's cool.